in every Ubisoft game, you've got like so you got like the open world, big shitty.
Yeah.
Right? And then and the big open world's divided into districts, because of course it is. And the districts have got like big bad, no restricted area, no go in here, please don't areas. Right? And all of them, not all of them, but most of them have like some form of task to do that involves sneak in, hack in, sneak out, as per usual, as most games. But one of them, so far my best experience of the game, I'll tell you this right now. Right? I had to destroy this, what's called a counter-terrorism drone. I saw one, it says, destroy this. It wasn't even a main mission or a side mission or anything. It was just there, it come up in red. It was like, hey, just destroy this for a district thing. Yeah, sure, whatever. I put on my stealth cloak, my Harry Potter pervert cloak, and I went up to it, and I was like, got you now, and I shot it loads, and it did fuck all damage, because this is literally an anti-terrorism drone, and my feeble bullets do nothing to it. So then I was like, shit, and I ran away. I'm basically able to... I wasn't even able to disable it, so I just ran away. It doesn't move quick. It's a big drone. This thing's massive. Carried on chasing me all the way down the street. I was like, shit, this is going really bad. So I basically come across this cargo drone that was flying above me. Brilliant, I thought. So I hack it down, I bring it all the way down to the street level, and these things are big enough to sit on. So I just jumped on it and I flew up. And I was like... And it carried on shooting me while I was going up. So I was like, not good. No bueno. So I flew across to the next building, and like there was construction going on there. And they've got things that you can pick up with the cargo drone, because that's what they're used for. That's what cargo means.
Yeah.
So I pick one of these things up, and it's like an explosive one. And like the long story not so short, I somehow managed to maneuver above it and drop this explosive bomb on top of it, destroying the drone. Victory was mine. I'm pretty sure no fucker has actually done that yet on the game, because it's only been out like 3 days. So I've actually that is legally called the Aidan maneuver. Patent pending. Like if Ubisoft return my calls.
Fingers crossed.
So like I say, first game, Aidan Pierce, he's cool. Second game, Marcus Holloway? Not cool. Don't even really remember his name. There's an entire segment in Watch Dogs 2, because Ray Kenny comes back into it in Watch Dogs 2. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I do. He's a great character.
Ray Kenny, awesome character. He's in it in Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah.
And, like at one point, all the people in DedSec in Watch Dogs 2 are talking about how funny it would be if the main villain had a man bun on his dick.
Okay.
And Ray Kenny is just like the voice of reason, and he pops up and he's just like, you guys are talking so much shit out your ass, it's coming out your face and ass face. And I'm like, okay, Kenny. So far, I hate all them characters. So then we go to this game, and the characters are what you make them, basically. You're like, oh, like, they've all got personalities and they do whatever, but at the end of the day, even if someone's a pacifist, I can still find ways of murdering people with them. Even because you're carrying around a non-lethal gun, which is a gun, except apparently it stuns. I say apparently because you can shoot people through glass with it and stuff like that. So the bullets, the stuns are traveling awfully fast to go through glass and still hit. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you get one of those, but then some people don't have that. And I basically, one of the first recruits I ever got was this woman. And like she looked like super suave. She looked very spy. She had like a suit on and stuff like that. She had a silenced pistol. That was the reason I got her. She did have a death wish, but I wasn't really that bothered about that. So I recruited her. I did this mission for her. It didn't involve much. It was just hacking something and climbing onto a roof. And I finally got round to speaking to her. And I was just like, and my guy was like, "Oh hey, want to join DedSec?" Because that's what they all sound like. And I was expecting something back like, I would love to join DedSec, darling. That'd be amazing. No, fuck no. Would you like to join DedSec? Oh, fucking well, brilliant, innit? I can't believe it. DedSec right here with me. Wow. Anyway, it's gonna be fucking well mint. We're gonna get mad time for that shit. Make bare money, fam. I was like, my illusion's shattered. My penis has never been more flaccid. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
So it's just like exaggerated British. Like,
all of them are. One guy I recruited, I thought he was British. He had an AK. That was the reason I recruited him. You can see I have a very gun-central gameplay style.
Yeah, they care about the character.
I was like, who's this? And there's just a black guy. You know, he had a cool face. Like, no, not face. It was like the back of his head was tattooed, and he was awesome. And I went up to him. Hi mate, want to join DedSec? I would really like to join the DedSec. I was just like, holy shit. I mean, he's really cool and extremely intimidating, and I played him for a while. And the final character I want to tell you, like, because I've got about like 12, 13 characters now. They're all just running about. Yeah, they're chilling. But one character is, I got this as like, I was scanning people as I walked down the street, and there was this just dirty homeless guy, and I was like, didn't think much of it. Scanned him. He had a silenced MP5, and he's the only character I've had die so far. Because I went on, because I didn't care about him. He had no other redeeming qualities other than having the gun.
Yeah.
So I sent him on a suicide mission to one of the biggest camps in the game and just started gunning down police and Albion people alike.
Wow.
That was interesting. Quick fire round, driving shit.
Driving shit, is it?
Driving shit. Swapping between the characters is kind of annoying. It literally makes my PS4 lag when I play it. As in, like, I press the menu button to close the game and it takes like 5 full seconds. And that's not even an exaggeration. It does. It's just weird. No idea why it does that. All the characters are incredibly uncanny because I suppose that's what happens when you make a game entirely filled with disposable characters. Is they're all going to look weird in some way, shape, or form. None of them are like very well, they're distinctive. Don't get me wrong. A lot of them are distinctive, but at the same time, they don't look like real people. They look like someone made people out of Play-Doh and just sort of like mushed them into the world.
Yeah.
Spider drones are annoying, and they keep forcing you to use them.
Yeah. So there's still a lot of game to go, probably. So
there's loads of game to go. You meet Sabine. Is one of the characters, and Bagley. Bagley is like the highlight of the game so far. But Sabine is just this woman. She's part of DedSec. I didn't mean to say that with such like malice. Woman.
Woman.
So she's this woman who's in DedSec. She's for some reason got all these weird tattoos. But yeah, Bagley. Bagley is basically this AI that's with you the entire time, and he's a Cockney London AI. And he's just an arsehole. And it's so funny. Like, it is genuinely funny. Like, there's been a couple times where I have actually laughed at him.
Really?
Because it's just like, it is so bizarre. It's just like, hey, yo, Bagley. It's just like, I've done doing the hacking deed. And Bagley's like, well, that's brilliant. Now you've only got several hundred armed guards after you, and your name is on 8 wanted lists. Good job. And like, you're like, fucking Bagley.
Just an ass.
No, Bagley's great. Like, I fucking love him. You pretty much explore the vast majority of London. You do a bit of driving, but the driving's shit, so you mainly fast travel, but the fast travel takes ages. Swapping between characters is kind of annoying. I tend to only use one ability. I use the cloak ability because the spider drone annoys the fuck out of me. And also, see, that's another thing. Puzzles in the game. There are puzzles, because of course there are. It's Watch Dogs.
Right.
And like 90% of them, as I say, want you to use this spider drone.
Fantastic.
Piece of shit little fucking... It's annoying. It's annoying as fuck. I hate using it. But like, you get up to a roof. If you're in a restricted area, you can't swap on the fly your abilities. So you got like cloak, throwing gadget, like a knuckle duster that's an electric shock, and then you've got like spider drone, riot drone, missile drone. I'm pretty sure there's a drone that peels your potatoes for you if you ask nicely. And so it always wants you to use this spider drone. But if you're at any of these locations, there's nearly always a fucking spider drone spawner on the floor. So there is no reason to have it in your inventory unless you like fully upgrade it to the point where it can kill people and go invisible. But why the fuck am I going to waste my experience points on that when I can have a drone that is literally a heat-seeking missile in my hands?
I mean, yeah.
Like, that's way funnier. It's hilarious.
Yeah, why would you waste...
Also, it seems an awful lot of people are getting oppressed by Albion by just walking down the streets. It's proper, like, you know, like, they're trying to tell this interesting weave of a story, how, like, you can tell the government are corrupt and everything's dystopian and horrible. And it's, like, it's comically bad. Like, people are walking down the street and they're just like, stand there, sir, coming in for a scan. Well, looks like your details aren't in date. Better beat you. And it's just like... It's just like, what did this 90-year-old woman have anything? Like, she's done nothing wrong. They just start beating her on the street. So you feel obligated to help them. So you beat up an Albion guard, and you'd think these Albion people are basically the new police. You'd think they would take shit seriously if someone on the street strangled them to death. But no, they're not bothered. You get a 1-star wanted level, walk round the corner, and like when they come up to you, they're just like, have you seen this man? And you're just like, no, never heard of him. Or her. Bit rude of you to assume. And then you walk away and like they're just like, well, we'll find this murderer. And that's another thing. It's always when you fast travel. You fast travel, you use the London Underground, the tube, to fast travel.
Oh, that's quite cool.
It is kind of cool, except you never see anything. You literally walk out. You're not even in the tube.
Oh, you don't...
No.
You can't actually go in the tube.
No.
Oh, that's such a fucking... That'd be like so cool.
I know. So you fast travel wherever, you walk out and it's immediately in front of you somebody's being oppressed the moment you leave the tube.
Right.
What a glorious day here at Piccadilly Circus. Oh, fucking hell. Do you have your ID? Do you have... Do you have your ID yet? That's it. It's just every fucking time you leave. You're like, they're just beating up somebody else. At one point I went up to one and there's just this guy like literally lining people up for a public execution. And I was just like, okay. So I stopped him and then again, no one bat an eye. Just like 3 quote-unquote criminals just run away with their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, remember in the trailers, they were just like, oh, we've got so many classes to choose from. There's so many unique people. Like, wow, look at all these crazy people you can be and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not really the case. There are about 4 main sets of people, and then there are, like, the odd one that come out. So you got like fucking hacker person with the hacking abilities. You've got normal gun person, you've got some form of stealth person, and you've got like elderly person, and then you've got like the very set in stone classes, like a very specific people. So you got like entertainers, spies, drone racers, construction workers, and like something else, and that's it.
Right.
So there's not really a whole lot, and you can't change their abilities. You can only change their very specific, like their equipment.
Yeah.
An assassin. I got an assassin earlier, and it's quite fun to play as them because they do all that John Wick shit.
Right.
You walk up to someone with a gun, and he starts like doing all these spinny Keanu Reeves moves and just like
Cool.
It is cool. That's probably, but then again, like that's always lethal, and when it's lethal, the wanted level goes up a hell of a lot more. So
right.
Albion immediately sending the riot drones, and then once you kill the riot drone, in comes a fucking anti-terrorist drone. Woo, here we come! Which is basically just a flying tank. But yeah. Do you have any questions?
Have you met Aidan Pierce yet?
No, not met Aidan Pierce, not met Stormzy. I know KSI is one of the songs in the game. Also, there's a couple of Bring Me the Horizons in there. Overall, yeah. I rate it. Watch Dogs Legion.
Worth buying?
Sure. If you need some time to kill, yeah, fuck it. Like it's not a bad game. It's not a great game. It's fine. It just works. Well, it doesn't work. It's really glitchy as hell.
And is it linked to 2 at all?
I don't know yet. Probably. I mean, it's all DedSec. Not really a spoiler because it's everywhere, and the entire plot of the game. But basically, a terror attack happens on the first mission.
In London.
In London. They literally try and fucking Guy Fawkes them. Like, they put bombs underneath Parliament. It's quite funny. But that doesn't happen. But a terror attack, multiple terror attacks do happen. Everyone blames DedSec, and that's pretty much it. Also, they keep throwing around the word DedSec as if it isn't a weird thing to say. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like if we all started using the word bangav as just a normal part of our vocabulary. Like, people are walking up going, "Oh man, are you DedSec?" And it's just like, fuck off. But yeah, I'd rate it about a 6 out of 10. It's okay. Needs more dogs. Not a lot of dogs in this watch.
Like, what are you going to watch when there's no dogs?
Exactly.